Hello and welcome to another edition of Trotsky or Bust. What I want to do today, not even sure what the day, I don't even care. I think it's the 12th of February. I want to talk about a real quick, do one on Ilhan Omar, corporate Democrat from Minnesota, who said, was talking about lobbyist money and the reason Congress supports Israel is all about the Benjamins. Uh, and of course, there's nothing anti Semitic about that. She earlier in the past tweeted that Jews are hypnotizing everybody, or Israel is hypnotizing everybody. Anyway, nothing anti Semitic about that. And of course, all the idiots on the fake far left. I don't even want to use the word left with them. They're just morons. Of course, came out and they got their panties in a bunch, and that, oh my God, attacking Israel. Since when is it criticizing Israeli policy anti-Semitic? Well, or criticizing AIPAC. There's nothing anti-Semitic about criticizing AIPAC, is there? Now, what if you asked the average American, if you were to rank AIPAC as money-wise, how much money they've given? Where would they rank? Would they be the biggest lobbying group, second, third? Have you ever even heard of another one? I bet you most Americans who've heard of AIPAC probably have not even heard of any other lobbying group. So where does AIPAC rank? First, nah. Second, nah. 50th. 50th. Last year, the Security and Investment um, group gave about 26 times much. They were number one. They gave 26 times as much as AIPAC. Now, of course, for you anti-Zionists out there, there's no difference between security and investment. Jews are Jew, and AIPAC Jews are Jews, I guess. So I'm sure you don't see a difference here, but yeah, there is. Including Ilhan Omar, one of her. Who did she take money from? She took about 50K from healthcare groups, from healthcare people, 36 from lawyers, 32 from real estate, only 19.5 from security investment. So maybe that's it. Maybe she wants to take a shot at AIPAC to tell, hey, security investments. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about AIPAC. God forbid we should talk about some. I think the accountants lobby gave more than AIPAC. Accountants, did you even know there was such a thing? But yeah, they gave more than AIPAC, I think. I saw a stat on that. It's so ridiculous. And yeah, it's anti Semitic. Gee, what other reason is there that the only lobbying group we're familiar with is AIPAC? Gee, I wonder what's so unique about them. What's so unique about AIPAC? Yeah. And by the way, two-thirds of it, which goes to Democrats. So a lot of these idiots online, they're talking about how AIPAC supports Republicans. Two-thirds of it goes to Democrats. Um, Now, she did apologize real quickly. Why did she apologize? Because none of these public officials are going to criticize Israel the way you see the criticism online. Why? Because online they could say whatever nonsense they say. I saw the Humanist Report, Mike Figueroa, I don't know how to say his last name, he called Israel a genocidal apartheid state. Genocidal. Does he even know what the word means, genocide? Does he know? And he calls Israel, which was a sanctuary for Jews who were escaping genocide. Remember, 40% of the Jewish population was exterminated in the 1940s, in a few years there. All right, so don't fucking bring up genocide when you talk about Israel. All right, because Jews know exactly what it is, even though you don't. You fucking moron. And yeah, it is anti-Semitic. Whether you're smart enough to realize you're an anti-Semite or not, you are. Take my word for it. If you're going to talk about AIPAC and ignore other lobbies, if you're going to talk about Israel and ignore 4,000 Palestinians were killed in Syria, no one said a word. Wonder why? 124, 102 of which were Hamas said they were members of their organization. They're killed in trying to breach the fence in Gaza. And, oh my God, genocide! Really? Oh wow. The reason they can't do it publicly, someone like her, it's just like someone like Jeremy Corbyn. He can say, he could, Hamas and Hezbollah are his friends. Then once he gets into a, once this becomes public, you got to defend it, and you can't. This nonsense that you hear online is so fucking stupid. They talk about Israel like it's Nazi Germany. It's not. Okay, all the it's denying the Palestinians their rights. Who's denying the Palestinians their right? In Gaza, it's Hamas. I don't hear any criticism of them. In the West Bank, it's the Palestinian Authority. I don't hear any criticism of them. In Israel, Palestinians have the right. Palestinians in Israel, in a way, have more rights than Jews. What do I mean? What's the hardest part of being an Israeli citizen? You got to go to the army. Men have to go for 3 years, from 18 to 21. Then they have to do reserve duty until their 50s. Okay? Arabs are exempt from that. And they're second-class citizen or they're first-class citizen, you morons? Jesus Christ. Um, anyhow, you saw. Now, I don't mind these idiots. I don't mind that they're anti-Semites, whether it's too stupid to realize or not, doesn't matter. Please stop calling yourself leftist. You're not. You're idiots. Okay, you're not leftist. You're also talking about the Democrats. You're still trying to sheepdog people to the Democratic Party, so you're definitely not leftist. All right, you're just idiots. You're maybe you're being paid. Maybe you have your own agenda, and that is the same as MSNBC that once pretended to be left. You know, Bill Murray pretends to be a leftist. Come on, these people are not leftists. These people are corporatists. Ilhan Omar is a corporatist. She is, whether you want to admit it or not. The fact that she's your hero is very telling, actually. What else? Other nonsense have I heard the last few days? That's about it. That's what I wanted to go off on. It's uh, it's just so idiotic. And yeah, AIPAC. AIPAC is not a big lobbying group in comparison. Like I said, security investments they're the biggest. They spend 26 times as much as AIPAC. But there's a reason you always hear about AIPAC. And yeah, it is anti-Semitism, whether you want to admit it to yourself or not. I know it's tough. You know, leftists, we don't think of ourselves like that. Or we want to think that we're leftists. But if you truly are leftist, which I don't think you are, but if you are, then you say to yourself, you know what, I'm not perfect, but I always try to learn. I try to get better. All right? Try to improve yourself. If you're not, stop calling yourself a leftist. If you can't improve yourself, stop it. Stop embarrassing the rest of us. All right. That's about it. Tell me what you think. Thumbs up, thumbs down, or subscribe by clicking on that hammer and sickle. It doesn't cost anything. Subscribe. And that's about it. I have nothing more to say. Just these idiots need to stop. And that's it. And Trotsky is out.